What's up, guys? It's finally UFC Paris week, and we got a good show for you. So stay tuned for some UFC Paris predictions. And a new segment that we're going to do is a drafting and some of our best bets. Stay tuned.
That is a which is fun, but you've got to be ready for that. But it's not.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Fist First. I'm Steve, your host, with your co-host Slav.
What's up,
And we're
everybody?
there he is. And we are streaming on DSM's YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So UFC Paris is finally here. And man, it has been a plagued card, right? So we had 8 total canceled fights, 6 due to training injuries. And before we really dig into the UFC Paris, I'd like to first and foremost give a shout out to Demetrius Johnson. I know we're a UFC show here, but he just won the one flyweight championship. He beat Adriano Moraes on Saturday, and he's a true UFC legend. He was the UFC flyweight champion in 2012, defended that belt until 2018, 11 fights. He lost the belt to Henry Cejudo in 2018 and got traded to one championship for Ben Askren. How about that, Slav?
Yeah, that was a crazy trade deal, but that 5-second knockout of Askren was definitely worth it.
Yeah,
Wouldn't take it back.
It's sad because that was his highlight in the UFC.
Yeah,
Getting knocked out in 5 seconds. Oh man, yeah, and that wasn't really necessarily a trade. I don't think there's really trades between promotions. It's the UFC let go of Johnson, and then one let go of Askren the same day they got signed by the other promotion. So if you want to call it a trade, call it a trade, but it's not really like that. So yeah, UFC Paris. To be honest, I don't really know what to think about this card. Like I said, there was a lot of plagues.
Yeah, a lot of good fights that were on there that got canceled. Vettori and Whitaker wasn't even supposed to be on this card. Now it's on here. So yeah, this throughout the whole year, the months before, is just changing all the time.
Yeah, and it's a shame to see so many fights almost thrown away for what it's exciting to have a international fight night, right?
And and this is the first one in Paris as well, so this is going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, so let's kick it off here with the first fight. We actually have a couple of UFC debuts here. This first one, Aileen Perez is a up-and-comer fighting out of Argentina. She's number 2 in the pound-for-pound in Argentina, which is pretty interesting. And she's going to be fighting Stephanie Egger, who is fighting with less than a month layoff, which is actually the second time in her career that she's taken a fight with less than a month layoff. So, I don't know. I feel like that's going to be a tough fight for Egger, right? Less than a month. You got an up-and-comer in Perez. So it's going to be an interesting fight, I'd say, to start the night off, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And the interesting thing about that is Egger is a minus 350 on DraftKings. She's actually down to a minus 260 now, so that actually dropped pretty significantly. But it's kind of shocking to me that she's the favorite, I guess because of Perez's debut. But I don't know. I kind of think Perez takes this fight. Got to think the
I'm gonna have to go with Egger with this one.
Yeah, you like Egger there?
Yeah, just the favorite. I think she's got some good skill. A little younger. Yeah, I got Egger winning this one.
Hey, we'll see.
I think it's gonna. No matter who wins, I think it's gonna end in a finish. They both have good finish rates. So.
Yeah, I think they're both 60 plus in their finish rates.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. That's going to be definitely an interesting fight to lead the card off. And then the second fight here you got is Khalid Taha versus Christian Quinones. To be honest, I don't know. I'm not really excited for this one. I'm a UFC fan, so I'm obviously going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, you got Taha who's coming off back-to-back losses. Then you got Quinones who fought
Taha had a year layoff too, right?
Yeah, I think his last fight was actually July of
Okay.
2021. So yeah, over a little over a year. Um, and then he's facing a guy that was on Dana White Contender Series a year ago, and is currently the number 2 ranked bantamweight in Mexico. I genuinely don't know who takes this fight. It's pretty much set at a pick'em right now.
Yeah, the odds are really close too.
Yeah, you got Taha at a -115 and Quinones at a -105. That's basically a pick'em. So, I that's a fight I think I would want to stay away from, right?
Yeah. If I had to pick one, I'd go Quinones. Just he's on the Contender Series, number 2 ranked in Mexico. Yeah, Taha, year layoff, hasn't been good before his last few fights. So I got Quinones winning this one.
Yeah, I like it. And then
And yeah, so for our third fight, we have Benas Saint Denis, a little French name right there. And we also have,
Benoit.
yeah, we have Gabriel Miranda. So this is definitely going to be a good grappling fight if you're into that. Both these fighters have pretty high submission rates. Saint Denis has 8 and 11 pro fights. It's really good. And Miranda also has 15 submissions in 21 fights. That's also a really good submission rate. So this fight will definitely end in a submission. I don't think it will go to a decision. It's going to be a good fight for grappling fans.
Yeah, you got to think the majority of this fight's going to be spent on the ground.
Yeah.
Um,
So we have Saint Denis the favorite at -200, and Miranda's the underdog at +150 right now. So
and the live odds actually dropped Saint Denis to a -280, so he's becoming um, a pretty heavy favorite in the last couple days, which is definitely interesting. I guess the hometown boy, he's I think you have to go with the hometown boy.
I think
here, right?
with his home crowd, yeah, he's just gonna have all the hype around him, all the crowd cheering. But don't forget, Miranda has more experience, so that could be a factor as well. But we'll see.
Yeah, I am excited for this fight. We are fist first because we are about the action, but
Oh yeah,
it's UFC, and you got to respect the grapple game. Some
oh
of the
yeah,
things these guys can do. It's incredible.
definitely. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I gotta go with the hometown, like you
Yeah.
said.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that should be a good fight, and then I think you're going to have a second one back to back. That's going to be pretty good too. So the fourth fight on the card here you're looking at is Nasruddin Imanov versus Joaquin Buckley. I I got to think that's probably going to be a pretty decent fight too, right?
Oh yeah, Buckley's really interesting to watch. Um, with his knockout with the head kick,
Yeah.
I think it was a year or two
Brutal.
ago. Yeah,
Brutal.
amazing. So I'm hoping that will happen again. Buckley, he's 5-2 in the UFC. He's got 11 pro knockouts in 19 pro fights, so he's got a high knockout rate. I'm hoping that he's going to knock out again.
And what's shocking here is looking at the odds, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm actually surprised Buckley's the underdog here.
Yeah, so I think Buckley started at a +210, and he's actually up to a +215 now.
Yeah.
So they're the bookies are leaning Imanov's way, but I think I kind of agree with you with Buckley taking this one.
Yeah, I definitely think. I mean, Aminov is good. He's a good UFC fighter, 3-1. He's just coming off a win, but I'd like Buckley too much.
Yeah, and Imanov is coming off a win off of Shabazian, which
Mm-hmm.
that's not a gimme when you fight him. So impressive, but I do think Buckley does take that fight, even with the being a pretty decent underdog there.
Yeah, yeah, I think he's the underdog of the night, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think I would have to agree with that.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and we talked about UFC debuts, and we're gonna have another one here at Fight 5 on the card. You got Fares Zion versus Michael Fieglock. Fieglock is a very interesting guy to welcome to the UFC. I think he's coming off of an undefeated stint on Cage Warrior 6-0, and man, I was watching some of his film, and he looks tough. And I'm very excited to see him in the UFC. And this is his debut, and he's coming in at a live odds of -195. Not heavy favorite, but he's coming in as a favorite.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's his first UFC fight, so that might affect it a bit.
Yeah, and he's facing, I believe, Fariziam is a hometown boy as well.
Okay.
So they're giving the hometown boy no love in that fight,
Yeah.
which definitely interests me. I think this might be one of my most anticipated fights in the card.
Okay.
And that's going to be followed by probably one of my least. I think the Taha Quinones fight is my least favorite, but here we
Hmm.
got in fight 6, you got Dustin Stoltzfus versus Asupian Magomedov. I, I'm not really excited for this one. Maybe a little bit more than the Taha fight.
Yeah, you know, they don't really have high finish rates. I mean, Magadov does, but if you look at Stillfish finishes,
Yeah, so
not the best. He's 1-3 in the UFC. Not the best fighter to watch. And yeah, this fight's probably gonna go to decision from what I predict.
I think the only interesting thing here is going to be Magomedov.
Yeah,
Another
I agree.
UFC debut there. Um, and because he actually fought in the Professional Fighting League back in 2018.
Hmm.
He did lose in the championship. Um, but that's no joke to make it to the championship in the Fighting League. And they have him live odds at a minus 265.
Yeah, I'll have to go with him. I definitely think he's a
And he opened at a 262, so they're definitely leaning his way.
yeah,
And I don't really know too much about him, but I think he takes that fight.
yeah, same.
And then I think this next fight here, the 7th fight on the card, is probably one of the consensus most anticipated fights.
Yeah, definitely could be the fight of the night.
And that's yeah, Charles Jourdain and Nathaniel Wood. What do you got about this one? What do you think?
So Jourdain, he's a very interesting fighter to watch. He's very skillful. Uh, yeah, he's a good fighter. He fought 2 months ago. I actually think he won that fight. So he has a loss on his record, but I think he's better than what people think. I think he actually won that.
This is
And
definitely a test for him with
yeah,
such a short layoff.
yep, exactly.
And Wood's no joke.
Yeah. So it's gonna. Yeah, I think this might be the fight of the night. I got Jourdain winning this. I hope. I hope. I think it's gonna be a knockout. Both these fighters have good finishing rates, so it's gonna be a close one. I think, but I think second or third round, Jourdain's gonna pull it off.
Yes, you got Jourdain winning this one,
Oh yeah,
and you locking that in fight of the night. You like that?
yeah. That's my fight of the night.
All right, I like it. Like I said, it's going to be a test for him with a 2 month with less than a 2 month layoff.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a tight one, but live odds they do have him at a minus 140, so he is a slight favorite there.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go the upset there. I think I'm going to go Wood.
Okay.
I like Wood's skill set, especially versus a fighter with um, less than that layoff, that less than 2 month layoff. I
Yeah.
think he has the skill set to take it.
I definitely think it's gonna be a close fight, and it could go either way. But yeah.
So we're going from potential fight of the night, right? To fight
Mhm.
8 here, who is probably going to be the biggest UFC debut in the card. That's going to be William Gomi. He's a hometown boy. Um, he is the number 1 ranked featherweight in France. So, he's going to get that arena buzzing. I think you might see something similar here to what Paddy the Baddy is to England and all the English, fighters and all. I think you're going to see the same thing with William Gomi here if he comes out with a win.
Hmm.
I think when he walks out of that tunnel, that place is going to be buzzing, and if he wins, that place is going to explode.
Yeah, Gomi is the favorite here too. So.
Yeah, so Gomi here, we got live odds at a minus 215.
Mm-hmm.
He's facing Yarno Aarons, who is no joke either, though. This is also his UFC debut, right? So Aarons is actually ranked number 4 in Germany. So you got a little battle of the countries here.
It's gonna be interesting because Aarons is more of a submission kind of fighter, and Gomi seems to be like a more knockout kind of fighter.
Yeah, so Gomi's got 6 KOs in 12 fights.
Mm-hmm.
Aarons has never been knocked out professionally. So will we see his first knockout here? You want to clip this? I think we do. I think Gomi knocks out Aaron's. I really
Okay,
do.
that's a bold prediction.
That's a bold prediction, but I think we're going to clip that, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to lock that in. Gomi knocks out Aaron's in the second round.
Okay.
Bold prediction, but hey, let's roll with it, right?
Yeah, sounds good. I got Gomi winning this by decision.
By decision?
Yes.
So you both got Gomi, one knockout, one decision. I like it. I like it.
I think both fighters are going to put up a good fight. It's their first fight in their UFC. I don't think they're going to want to disappoint. So
That's going to be
a good. I think it could be a good fight as well.
So fight number 9 here, we got Nasrat Haqparast versus John McDessie. I don't know. I think this fight's a little too high. I mean, 2 big names. Maybe it's not too high compared to, the lower names. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think this is a fight that I'm personally looking forward to.
No, not really either. I mean, they are stand-up kind of guys, so it might be a little entertaining to watch. But
And you got McDessie at 37. This could be his last fight. His farewell fight. You never know, though. He's 11-7 in the UFC. If he loses, goes 11-8 at 37. You got to think it's probably the end for him, right?
Yeah, yeah, it might be the last one.
And they do have him as the underdog. Live odds at a plus 195 for McDessie. So they are definitely leaning Haqparast way, and I think I am too.
Yeah, I gotta go with you too.
So I think we send off McDessie in Paris here.
Yeah.
And moving on to fight 10, another one I don't really understand why this is so high in the card. You got Alessio Di Chirico versus Roman Kopylov. Man, 2 guys that I just don't really see doing anything in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
One interesting thing here, I guess, would be Kopylov's got a 70% finish rate.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
He is 0-2 in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Di Chirico, who's coming off of that brutal knockout by who's that? Alisson, which he actually got knocked down in 17 seconds with a head kick, which is the fastest
crazy
in UFC history.
Yeah.
So
he's 4-6 in the UFC as well. So
yeah, so you got a guy
doing too good,
coming off of a brutal KO, and then you got a guy 0-2 in the UFC, sitting here at the 10th fight out of 12 on this. I would say this is a pretty big fight night, right? An international fight night. I don't like where this one is on the card.
I agree. I think it could have been a little lower. Some
maybe
more fights could have been up there.
Yeah, maybe they'll impress us. I don't know. This one's pretty much sticking at a pick'em too.
Yeah.
5 odds. You got Di Chirico at a minus 115 and Kopylov at a minus 105. So that's a pick'em.
I'm gonna have to go with Kopylov. I think it's gonna be a finish, second round.
Second round finish.
That's what I'm calling.
KO.
Submission.
Submission.
Yeah.
All right. That's a tough one for me. I don't really know who I like here. You know what? Just to be different, I think I'm going to go Di Chirico.
Okay.
See if he can bounce back after that head kick KO and maybe make some noise and erase that memory.
I hope he does come back from a kick like that.
And hey, look, we talked about Usman, last show, getting knocked out by a head kick. And we said that they're not easy to come off of.
No, they're not.
Head kick knockouts are tough to come back from.
Very tough.
Then we got a co-main event. What are you thinking about our co?
I'm liking it. I hope to see Marvin Vettori get his butt kicked by Whitaker. So I hate Vettori. I
thought you were going to say I hope to see him win.
No. I hate Vettori. I hope Whitaker 5 rounds dominates Vettori. That is my prediction.
You think it goes the distance?
Yes. I mean, both Whitaker, he's good. He can finish fighters. Vettori can't finish anybody.
Check this out. Look at these odds. So live odds, they have Whitaker at only a minus 210. Maybe it's the Vettori hater in me, but I just think those odds are a little too low. I think he should be more of a heavy favorite.
I agree with that. We are definitely a little biased, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
After Ventori with his performance with Adesanya, I
embarrassing.
think I think a lot of people don't like Ventori. He
Vittori's
doesn't
got a
have
30% finish rate too.
yeah. He's not a very entertaining fighter to watch. You're not going to see knockouts with him, submissions. So, and Whitaker, he's a good UFC fighter. I like him. I think he's gonna beat Ventori. Hopefully, all 5 rounds, wins by decision.
And Whitaker's got his kryptonite and Adesanya. And, if he
Mm-hmm.
wins this fight, that kind of brings me to a question is, does he get another shot? Because that would be his third shot.
Yeah, that's tough to
It's tough
say.
to say he doesn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also, you get a third shot after losing the first two.
I think he'll have to fight one more at least.
And this is
So,
barring Adesanya beats Pereira,
yeah,
which
I think
he
will
will.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he will, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
And, if that brings up another question, though, Pereira wins, I guess Adesanya would get the automatic rematch,
Yeah.
but you got to think Whitaker's at least in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's
it's gonna be interesting. I think he'll need at least one more fight to make a title fight happen. So
one more.
yeah, I think it's gonna be Costa or maybe Strickland, possibly Cannonier. One of those guys will have to fight.
Whitaker Cannonier would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
So we are hoping. I got Whitaker in that fight. I'm hoping Vettori gets his butt kicked.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Vettori, to say the least. Speaking about butt kicking, our main event, Ciro Gane versus Tai Tuivasa. I've grown to love Tuivasa.
I know. I think we all love Tuivasa.
Right? How can you not? Dude's just awesome.
I'm really curious to what song he's gonna walk out to. It's always some girly song.
He's awesome.
Everyone gets hyped up. It's great.
He's just someone that you love to love.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you not love him? But I hate to say it because I love him. I think he gets his butt kicked. I think he gets destroyed.
I was gonna say the same exact thing. I think Gane's gonna play smart. I think Tuivasa's gonna come out swinging. Gane's just gonna let him throw whatever, let him get tired. Second, third round, Gane's gonna just punch a tired, depleted Tuivasa, knock him out.
Yeah, and it's let's think about NFL playoffs. I know this is a little bit off topic, right? Let's think about any sport playoffs. You're going into playoffs, and let's say you're not a great team, but you're coming in with let's say a couple game win streak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got that momentum build up. That's kind of what Tuivasa's like, right? He was on a 3-fight losing streak. He lost 3 fights within a year, and he comes back and he's just won his last 5.
Yeah,
all by knockout. He's coming in with momentum.
No one expected him to beat Derek Lewis either.
No,
so
not at all.
There is a chance, like Edwards and Usman. No one thought Edwards was really going to win.
Exactly.
If Tuivasa wins, it won't surprise me too much. It will surprise me, but not that much. Anything can happen in this sport. Every week, there's always an upset. This could be a huge upset if it does happen. But
Gane's the biggest. He's the biggest favorite in the card at his live odds at a -600.
9 times out of 10, Gane would win this.
Yeah,
but
there's
one fight.
That.
So we don't know what we're gonna get.
And let me tell you, if he somehow manages to win that fight, I will be waking up the whole neighborhood.
Yeah,
because that would be
the thing I love about the heavyweight fights is that all it takes is one punch.
Right.
So Gane just doesn't defend well, gets punched once, he might be done. So this could be a great fight. This could be one of the best knockouts of the year.
Yeah. I am going to be cheering for Tuivasa. I don't think he wins. I think he gets annihilated, unfortunately.
Yeah, if he does win, we'll definitely have to do a shoey afterwards.
Yeah. Um, we're actually gonna do something new right now. We're gonna do a little draft type thing here. So I'm gonna pop this up on our screen here. And so what we're gonna do, I'll let you go first. Is we're gonna pick 3 fighters each, who we think is gonna win.
Okay.
Um, if they win, we get a point. You're also gonna pick how they win, via KO, submission, decision. If you get that right, you get 3 total points for that fight. We cannot have duplicate fighters. So yeah, I'll let you go first with the first pick.
First
in
one,
the very first draft here.
gonna have to pick Gone with the knockout.
Gone with the knockout.
Yes, sir.
I like that. I think that one's almost definite, right?
Yeah, almost 100% certain. Almost.
I'm gonna go, man. I'm gonna go with an interesting one here. I'm gonna go Figlak by decision.
Okay.
Even though I do think he gets the KO, it's his first fight, so I just don't know yet. All right, second pick.
Second pick. Yeah, I think Whitaker is gonna be beat by
Whitaker.
decision. Yep.
Going with the big dogs. Beating them by decision.
Yeah.
And let's go back to that grappling fight. I'm going to take Saint Denis. Submission. All right, your last pick.
My last pick, Buckley by knockout.
Buckley, the underdog.
Yeah, everyone gotta start putting some respect on Buckley's name.
By KO, you said?
Yep.
All right, man, this leaves me with a tough decision. You know what? Let's keep it interesting again, and let's go me. I'm going to go with a KO as well there.
Okay.
All right, so we'll see how this goes. I think this is a pretty interesting addition here. I kind of like. And we'll keep track of this. We'll do monthly winners. You know, it's the first fight of the month. Most points at the end of the month takes that month.
Sounds good.
All righty. To end it off here, let's do, for all the bookies and the bettors out there, let's do best bet. So I am pulling up DraftKings live odds here. Who is your best bet? If you had to put all your money on, who are you going?
All my money. That's tough. Oof. I would have to put on, Gone, but you're not going to win that much.
Yeah, well,
That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to parlay with that with something, but
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you got to think that's the best bet, right?
Yeah.
Like I said,
So I like Buckley a lot. He's the underdog, so my money would go on Buckley.
Buckley.
Yeah.
That would be a pretty big pace on there.
Yeah, plus 215.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
That's a big payday. Yeah, I think my best bet would be Gone. I probably will end up putting money on him because I don't really see him losing. And then,
But imagine the money you win if you bet on Tuivasa.
Yeah, that's
plus 400.
You think Buckley's a big payday? Well, so I was going to say, what's your biggest underdog to bet on? But I think you kind of just already answered that.
Oh,
Buckley.
yeah.
So best bet and best underdog, I think, is the same guy for you, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to go my best underdog with Aileen Perez, that very first fight.
Okay.
That's the Egger fight, Egger and Perez.
Mm-hmm.
Egger with the less than a month layoff. I think she loses. I think Perez is going to come out with some fire. So yeah, UFC Paris, man. That wraps up our second episode. Thank you guys again for streaming or watching us. We had over 150 views on our first show. I think that's really awesome. We're very appreciative of that. And once again, thank you to DSM Media. And next week, we are going to be reviewing this card. And then we have the Chimaev and Diaz fight to preview, which is going to be pretty interesting. So, yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. And make sure you tune in next week.
Thanks, guys.